Okay, so today's opener is going to review what we're going to take our quiz on here shortly. The left side is lesson 5.1, which is identifying and defining expressions and equations. Now, I know some of you guys might look at this and say, oh, this looks a little familiar, and you'd be right. It is going to be a little bit familiar. It's what we worked on our notes yesterday. When we're looking at this, the first thing that we want to identify in this mathematics statement are the variables. So what are my variables, Dylan?
D, E, F, and D.
R.
Okay? So our variables are just the letters. That's it. Coefficients. What are my coefficients, Ben?
The base or numbers that have letters by them.
Yeah, so coefficients are numbers that are being multiplied by a letter. Basically, it's the number in front of a letter. So what are my coefficients in this statement?
Negative 12, 12, negative 17, and 6.
Moving right along. Constant. Josh, what are my constants in this statement? There are none. What is a constant? Dylan, go ahead.
A number on its own.
Yeah, a number by itself. Exponent. What are my exponents, Chance?
19, 12, and 19.
Perfect. Should you put anything else written with these? Like, should you put d to the 19th?
No, that'd be wrong.
It would be wrong because it's not asking for the variable with it. It's asking for the exponent. Then your like terms. What are your like terms up here? Ben?
Negative 12D, 19, and 6D, 19.
What makes them like terms?
The exponents.
Not just the exponents, but also
The letters.
the variables, right? Okay. So if it's a variable has an exponent, they both have to have the same exponent in order to be like terms. Last question, is this an equation or an expression? You guys are correct. You just have to circle it or underline it. And it's an expression because why?
No equal sign.
How many terms are up there on that expression?
4.
You are correct. Nice. Okay. Order of operations.
May I have a question? Can I take a note in here that will help me? It's saying what these would be for, because I'm still really confused.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we have our notes. Okay, order of operations. Now, yesterday we talked about order of operations being 4 steps. Now, we know our mnemonic device, PEMDAS, is 6 steps. But we narrowed it down to 4 steps because multiplying and dividing you do at the same time, whichever comes first from left to right. And the same thing with adding and subtracting. Those two, adding and subtracting, those two operations are the same, and you just complete whichever one goes first from left to right. Now, in today's opener, the first question, I threw some different grouping symbols at us. What's that grouping symbol there?
Bracket.
Brackets and,
Parentheses.
so what does that mean? According to order of operations, I do my grouping symbols first, but I have 2 grouping symbols here. Where would I start?
Parentheses.
Yeah, Emily, so if I start in the parentheses, what's that going to equal?
5.
Yeah, so I'm going to rewrite my problem to show that this is my first step. Ooh, oh, that was a horrible bracket. There we go. I'm going to put that 5 in parentheses because behind it, I have an exponent. And I don't want that 5 to be a negative 5 when I'm squaring it because that means 2 very different things. Okay, so now I've done my parentheses. I still have grouping symbols, so I have to go back in my grouping symbols. What do I do first in my grouping symbols now? Ben?
You would use the little 2 to...
What's that little 2 called?
Got, exponents?
Yeah, so I do my exponent first, which would equal?
25 or negative 25.
Okay, so I'm going to put 5 plus, bracket, 30, bring down my subtraction sign, and 25. All right, from here,
Do the brackets.
okay, what would that look like, Josh? Because you did what? You did 30 minus 25. So what do I bring down? I bring my 5. Then what?
Minus 5.
Ooh, minus. It's just,
Minus.
what's that called?
Addition sign.
Addition sign. Do you know why it's an addition sign?
No.
You're just, so you did 30 minus 25 here, right? And brought down a 5. Then you bring down your 5 and then your addition sign. And then the last step, you guys, everybody, what's 5 plus 5? 10. And make sure you box it. I will tell you right now, I did add in a point on your quiz for boxing your answers.
Oh.
This quiz, you only have one answer to box because you don't have to answer everything that's on the line. Or you don't have to, excuse me. You do have to answer everything in line. You don't have to box it. All right, next one. We have 6 plus 3 times 4 minus 6 minus 2. Riley, where would I start with this particular expression?
6 minus 2.
Because it's in parentheses. Why wouldn't I do 3 and the 4? Because they have parentheses around them. Are those parentheses being used as grouping symbols? No, they're used to show what?
Multiplication.
Yeah, perfect. So go ahead and do your grouping symbols for me, Riley. And what do I get?
3 times 1.
You said you're going to take 6 minus 2 first, right?
Oh, yeah.
And what do you get?
4.
So I bring down my minus sign and then my 4. Okay, now I've done parentheses. Do I have any exponents up there?
No.
No. So what I'm doing, I'm kind of going through all of my steps that I wrote on my notes. So I have no exponents. Step 3. Do I have any multiplication or division?
Multiplication.
So that's what I do next. What's that equal?
12.
So I bring down that answer and bring down the rest of the problem. Okay? Do I have any other multiplication or division?
No.
Nope. So then I look at my notes and the last step says do all adding and subtraction, whichever comes first, left to right. So I'm going to work this expression left to right. I only have adding and subtracting to finish. So what's going to be 6 plus 12?
18.
Bring down my, and then my last step.
18 minus 4, which is 14.
Perfect. Yes, ma'am.
Something that Ricker would have us do is do a triangle, because he said it looked like a little tornado going down, so I would
Totally
do
fine.
that.
That's a good idea. Just kind of make it look like you're narrowing your answer.
Or like triangle.
All right.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Looks like someone spilled Kool-Aid on that.
What?
Looks like someone spilled Kool-Aid on that.
My 3-year-old, that's his artistic ability.
Kool-Aid.
No, it's paint. He painted.
I mean, it looks pretty cool. Like,
You don't think he's a good artist? No. Oh my gosh.
cool. He's the next
I just
Bob
deleted
Ross.
everything.
Good save. You did it.
Come back.
There we go.
I hope you all had that because it's gone.
I think I have a.
Okay.
Yep. Got it.
Okay, last one. 9 plus 4 minus 3 divided by 2. Now, we talked about yesterday a fraction bar being a grouping symbol as well. So where would I start in this expression?
In the parentheses.
Okay. What's that going to equal?
1.
So I have 9 plus 4 minus 1 over or divided by 2. Okay. What's the next step I'm going to do? Can I take 9 plus 4 minus 1 divided by 2 yet?
No.
No. So I'm going to go ahead and simplify the top first. I have nothing to simplify on the bottom. So what do I do next?
Wait, hold on. How'd you get a 1?
You tell
Oh,
me.
never mind.
Easy it. Okay. So I add, which equals what, Emily? 13. And I bring down
Minus 1,
over.
2.
Okay. What do I do from here, Maddie?
Minus the 13, which would be a total of 2.
And my final step?
6.
Yeah, which equals?
6.
Perfect.
Yeah, then did, so I had to.
Any questions?